Hello everyone, this is FallenDice and welcome to episode 26 of Burpcraft Feed the Beast with FallenDice. So we're down in the basement trying to do some prep work for our experience room we'll be working on today. And basically I've taken some Imperial bees I had upstairs working and let them all, they were queens, so they've all gone through the system. And what I'm looking to see is, yes, okay, so all this drones stacked, which means these should all be identical princesses. And this is an issue I've been having. So we're going to take all of them out. And what we're going to do is we're going to use one single princess here in our export bus to tell it that we want princesses to go in these hives. And like I said, this is the issue I've been having. For some reason, it doesn't always detect all the bees as the same. And I understand that that would be the case if they each had some minute difference, but the fact that all the drones stacked means the drones were all identical. So 5 queens all died, and they each left 4 drones, and all 20 of those drones stacked. So these should be identical queens. And the same thing here. We put the drones in, and that's the thing too, is when we watch this, the drones fill out just fine. For some reason, it's having to do with the princesses. And I don't know if maybe, you know, later on this will get fixed, because this would make things a lot easier, because I wouldn't need to use apiarist pipes at all. But right now, so we're completely empty here. I'm going to go ahead and pretty much, well, we'll start off with the drones. And what we should do is, yeah, it should evenly split those amongst all of our apiaries. And when I add in, and I'm not even going to put in the one that I use, so we're going to go with these other 4, leave that one there, and nope, 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 nope. Yeah, I haven't identified them. They've all got the same item ID. As soon as I put this last one in there, he goes right in. So for some reason, it detects a difference between the one that we use to go in there and the other ones don't. And I've tried it before too, where I'll, you know, pull each one of the different ones. Like say I go back in and I took out all of the princesses here. And I used that princess for this one. This princess for this one for this one, and this one for this one. And for this one time only, obviously it's going to work. So he shows up, he shows up, he shows up, and he shows up. Now, what should happen is technically when it dies, the princess coming out should still be able to recycle in, but for some reason it just isn't doing that. So I can still use the import bus for all the outputs, and I can use the filter here to put it so it takes the drones out, and it takes the comb out, and it takes the royal jelly, or you know, whatever it is that these things are producing. So I can use that to get it out, but I'm still going to have to use the wooden pipe to suck out the bee, and then the apiarist to put it back in, which unfortunately takes up more space. If I could do it like this, I could fit a lot more of these bees in a small condensed area. Unfortunately, if I can't get this to work though, that isn't going to work. So anyway, I'm going to let that sit there. I'm going to come back after all those queens die, and just to make sure. I've also extended out my ME system now, so when I'm here, we're good. Inside my portal room, we're good. And that was actually cool. I was thinking I was going to have to run a few of these in here, but what I ended up doing, and this is, I've kind of been playing around with the my idea here, but I've got this right there. So it's within 32 blocks of up there, which means that that one wireless gives me access anywhere inside this building. So that's good. This area here now is part of my system. And again, like I said, this is kind of what I'm figuring. Right now, with the bees normally the way they are, this wouldn't work. But I did get a hold of Fuzzy, was able to get his serum for the the Thermic bee. I'm not sure which one it is, but instead of the normal 9 by 6 by 9, it's 15 by like 11 by 15. So all these bees will now be in range of the center set of blocks here. So I got the extra space. So it's 28 apiaries going around. And if I decided to say make it so that they actually are part of the wall, you can see them and move them in one more. No, it'd be the same. In fact, actually, I might actually lose one. So I think I get a little extra this way. So we'll probably keep it this way. But I'm going to wait and see what happens with those bees there before. Because, again, like I said, whether or not I can use the ME system is going to impact how condensed I can put these and how many of these I can fit in this space here. I plan on putting them like the one here, at least one above, maybe another one above that, so 3 rows above, another row down below, and then some on the floor as well. I want to fit as many of these as I can in to kind of, you know, really get some speed going whenever I decide to come in and actually enchant things. So it's, you know, I'm pretty much just clicking on books non-stop, you know, and then we'll work on the system of moving the books out of here into different storage places and keeping good ones. So anyway, let me go let those queens die, and then I'll pick it back up when once they're done, and we'll go see what happens. Well, already not looking good. Watch this one go and see if it comes in. Nope. 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 That's too bad. Okay, so we are definitely going to have to use our... Yep. Yeah, we're going to have to use our regular apiarist pipes. I guess we'll start with the bottom first. We're going to work our way up, make sure everything is accessible. That's right, I had bees in there to see how far they reached. I really wish that ME would work. That would make things so much easier. But that's okay. We will make do and make it work anyway. Let me go ahead and grab the rest of these. Alright. Let's see. And actually, let's go ahead and grab some pipes while we're at it. And some gates. And that'll be for now. Luckily I can make these easily now. Alright, and let's see how we want to do this. Now I think I can probably actually go one, yep, we can go down even one further. And this will actually, I think, aid us in fitting these in here. I'm really excited about the fact that we've got the extra range on these, because that's going to make this whole thing even more effective. Alright, so that's okay. Gotcha. And I may, well, no, we want to keep that there because I'm still going to be using that for the import buses. But let's see. We can start off like this. I think we'll probably end up doing for that maybe is we'll run this way just so that we're not interfering with anything else. Alrighty. There we go. That's fine. Alrighty. And then I can put you back on there for now, and there we go. That's not being touched at the moment. Alright, let's see. We'll go ahead and put you here. Now, the first part we need to do is taking care of our princesses. And luckily, woodens don't connect to each other. And the cool part about Apier's pipes is they even though they connect to each other, we decide where they're gonna send the bees. And then of course we'll end up using insertion pipes for the actual final part, and that means that we can send any extra excess bees back wherever we want to. And the cool part is, nope, they do. Well, I want it to go in there. I can use cobblestone and I can use cobblestone and stone pipes. That just means that once we... Oh, actually, no. We're fine. We're fine. The only thing I'm sending through here is princesses. So we are perfectly good to go on this. Okay, good. Alright. Cobblestone and stone will work just fine. Because, all we're doing is we're going to be routing our princesses through here. The output of this, right inside here, and I don't know, maybe we'll put some lights over here just so we can get this going, is going to be coming from our ME system from underneath, and it's going to be pulling out everything that ends up in the middle. And the way that we can have it set to pull stacks. So anytime a comb comes in, it's going to be pulled out. So when the princess dies and it sends the drones in, it'll suck all the drones out like in one shot, and it's only going to be sucking drones. It's not going to be going for princesses. The princesses will get pulled out through the Buildcraft section and put back in. Alrighty, so just one here, one here, one here, one there. There we go. And they do not connect. Perfect. I gotta break that. Alright, that's good. That works. So there's our first set of bees. And what we'll have to do here, you know, we still need to route the pipes and everything, but that gives us the size for this. Now what we can do is we can take out our Apiers again, and technically we could set up another ring of these. And as long as I leave a space between, we don't have to worry about them getting any of the items from the ones that we already have there. Now, I probably actually need to get rid of this one. The inside one, yep, the inside ones are going to have to get removed, which is fine. But we're still getting a good increase in the initial number that we were expecting. Alright. How many more do we have? Oh, perfect. And good. So that added another 28 on this bottom area here. And we'll end up doing the same thing. So actually, I should probably just go ahead and clear all this out right now, so we can get underneath here and take care of this. And I'll end up touching or cleaning things up a little bit once we're all finished with all this stuff. For right now, this is just the price of doing business. Alright, let me clean this up a little bit. Let me get this this group of apiaries connected. I'm also going to run back and make me some more pipes and some stuff like that, and then I'll come back when we're ready to do the next row. Alright, it's update time again, and I remembered something, and that is exactly how an insertion pipe works. And the way it's set up is the items go into an inventory until the inventory is full, in which case they will actually go to the pipe on the outside of it. So having these all set up, any bees going through here they're going to try and feed them into the only available inventory here, which is the apiary. If it can't fit it, which would be the case with the drones once they're full, as I realized that I would have to add an extra ME interface on all of these, the import, to be able to put the bees in there, which besides the insane number of power it would require for this, wasn't really necessary. So instead, we're just doing this. We'll set up a little ring of the insertion pipes, and I think I probably should. I don't know for sure or not, but just to be safe, we'll stick the golds on the corners where there's actually no interface involved, just in case. But so basically what's going to happen now is, you know, they'll feed into their inventories. If they can't, they're going to feed around, and it's going to go around up until it gets to here, which is going to our excess bees. And the same thing happens on the outside over here, because this time we're pumping out of the top, because that was the only way I could not interface with these ones here. Well, I guess I could have gone this way and into the top, but it worked out this way anyway. And they were all going to the same direction. They're all heading down. So once again, they're feeding into that apiary. If it's full, it'll send it out, and then we've got, you know, I've got some iron pipes directing to help keep it going in one direction. But once again, we're going to excess bees. So right now, this system is set up to continue to fill these with bees. Once there's too many bees, then they disappear. Or I'm sorry, then they go to excess bees. And then underneath, I've got our import buses. And this is where we'll basically put the honeycomb, royal jelly, whatever it is that we're going to be getting item-wise, and that'll go straight into our system. So this first layer is complete. All it's missing now is actually putting the bees in. And I'm probably going to use this first layer as well to clean my bees. Because the way it'll work, if I put, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever, of the drones of the type that we want in each one of these apiaries and automated, obviously the drones that are partials, as we're changing our Rockies into whatever bee that we're going to put down here, they're not going to be able to fit inside, so they'll go over to the excess and get routed over there and processed into DNA. And then the princess will just pop right back inside and keep going until it's a purebred. Once it's a purebred, it'll start stocking the apiary again with the purebreds, and that's kind of how I'll know that it's ready to go. Then I'll just take that princess or queen out and put in another Rocky, and eventually we'll get enough to completely populate our entire room here. Again, this one's ready to go. Now we got to try and find out what we need to do to make the angles work, because that was one of the things I was initially struggling with. So this is probably about as good a place as any to work this section here out. So let's see. I need insertion pipes and apiaries pipes. Alright, so each one of these is going to get an apiaries pipe. Lucky for us, these are easy to route. And this is the part that yeah. Because unfortunately, if I put the insertion pipe here, it still has two choices. It has two valid inventories. But, okay, it's going to be more expensive. Actually, I've already got them, but it does work. Oh, but then I do have the issue with the, I would have the issue with the excess bees. Let me think about this for a little bit. Alright, we're going to try something here. Now, if these were different types of bees, it would be an issue for where they went. However, seeing as this is the same bee, it should try to put it in either or. Now, it's only able to put in one princess. So what I'm hoping is, let's let's see. I still have 2 of these Imperials that were in the queen form. So what I'm going to do, stick 1 in there and 1 in there. We're going to tell it any bees go to black. Let's see, I need to actually grab a gate. I've only got 1. I thought I was telling you to make a bunch of those. You're not being a very good listener. Alright, there's another one. Alrighty, so we'll take these 2. Let's see, missing queen, energy pulse. Missing queen or princess, energy pulse. Alright, so technically that should do this, and then to completely verify the, well, multiple things, we're going to stick you here, like that, and then we'll stick regular piping over here. This is just kind of an experiment to verify that it will actually send it to another, or that it won't send it to... That didn't connect anything, did it? Alright, good. Alright, so technically the way this should work is when the queen dies here, should pump it out. Well, obviously it is going to send it down to this insertion pipe. So hopefully they should fill both of these, and nothing should come out here. So actually, to verify that, let's get a chest. We'll make 1 chest, and we'll put you right there. Alright, so leaving this run, and I'm going to go do some breeding because I need to start getting the bees for down here going so I can start getting my drones ready. But while I'm doing that, this should keep running. So when I come back, I should look in here, and there shouldn't be anything. And actually what I should do, let's see, well, at least make a spot for items, just because that's a good thing to do. So technically, what should be in here then is going to be items, and there really shouldn't be anything in here bee-wise. All of our bees should be able to go into here and there, and unless we get 64 drones in each of these, there shouldn't be any bees. It should just keep going. So that's the experiment, and that's the hope. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to go start doing some bee improving, getting the extra area of effect going, and then I'll come back and we'll look at this when we're ready. Alright, moment of truth. Take a peek in here. Got some dripping comb, some royal jelly, don't see any bees. Drones and queens. Drones and queens. Alright, so this will work. Okay, good. Well, this makes things easier. Now I can just kind of basically save up in these corners and only have to use 1 apiaries pipe. Not that it's really expensive or anything, but it definitely makes things easier for me to do. So now I can go through and I can go ahead and pipe up this row here. And I'm thinking very soon I almost have my first batch of bees ready to come over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do an experiment. So I'll set them on these areas over here, stand in, see if my experience starts to move. Then I'll move it to the next level up and the next level up, because I'd like to have 2 more levels above this. So we'll fill up the entire room here. And I'm hoping that the top row is actually going to be close enough. So that's going to be the ultimate things to find out. And what I may end up having to do is maybe build the center block up 1 higher, which is a possibility. So anyway, let me work on this here, and then I'll be back when we're ready to test out my theory for up here. Alright, so we are ready to move on. A little more fine-tuning with the bees that we're going to be playing with, so we might as well get on to our next level. So here we are. This worked perfectly fine. Oh, I didn't bring this all the way over here. I was working on getting the output of this section over here. We'll add in our tesseract for excess bees, or maybe what we can just do is you're right there, aren't you? Oh, well, that's not a bad idea. So if let's go ahead and grab this, and I also finally programmed in all of the recipes for my different pipes to make it so I can make all the pipes with the system now. So that's cool. Alrighty, and actually I think what we'll do... Uh-oh, that's the wrong year. Supposed to be a golden pipe. Yeah, swap that real fast. There we go. This is cool. Now I'm actually using the same tesseract for one item. I think all we really need to do is jump up like, whoops. That's right, I gotta shift. There we go. Bring you up, over, and up. And then I just need to make sure you're not connected to anything there. Nope, we are good to go, in the clear. Cool. And I can do the same thing with all the other layers. We can keep bringing them all the way down. And then we'll just send you into here. Whoops, so you were already over there. Okay, we're good to go. So this layer here now is fully programmed again. Now it's just missing bees. So now we'll go on to, and this part should be easy now. I think I'll even do this off camera as well, but basically if we do 2 layers between each set of apiaries, we're good to go. Because right now where the sandstone is actually going to be the ME import buses. So they'll be on the bottom. They do not interfere or interact with the build stone pipes, so I don't need to have space between them. So this row will have a row of apiaries, and then we'll go up 2 more and have 1 more row of apiaries. So technically, let's get an idea for how tall we're going to be. So if this here is a full row, and I'm actually, now that we're in this space here, I can actually put the apiaries now where the door frame is. Oh, come on. We've been playing this long enough to know. Alrighty. There we go. And let's see, we'll throw this once again in for a placeholder. Throw in our apiaries. And 1 more row of pipes. And like I said, the interesting, or the ultimate question is going to be to find out, will that row of apiaries interact with me? Is it far enough away at 15? So, and I'm thinking it may not, in which case, we'll find out. I got a lot of testing to do to find out for all of these how far up I can go for that to be. So if I basically raise this up 1 more level with a set of stairs going into it, will that get me high enough or close enough to those? So I'm gonna go ahead and at least do this row here. I still need to add in, actually I'm not quite ready because I haven't put in the ME interface or the ME import buses yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this row and this row done. That we're gonna wait until I get the Explorer effect, and we're gonna pop them in there just to see where I have to be standing for that to affect me, and then I will be back when I'm ready to check it out. Alright, so we're in experiment mode, and as you can see, my experience is going up. I've added 2 more blocks up here, so I'm at the far corner, and I put the B is down there in the top over by there. So basically that means that this whole row will work, as far as height-wise. So we will be able to have 4 rings. One of which obviously isn't a ring because of there. But this is going to work. So now it's just a matter of getting everything set up. I've completed these rows here. I added in the piping here. I just need to go back and put in the interfaces for these ones. And then of course I still need to make quite a few facades. Once I have everything in here working, then I'm going to go ahead and kind of clean it up, because I still haven't decided yet exactly how we want to decorate this. And by decorate I just mean, obviously we're going to be doing something with, you know, with the different types of blocks to kind of make this a little bit cooler of a room. And I might even maybe go and pull out some of those Zycraft blocks like we used in the upstairs. So that's a possibility. The ring is definitely going to show the apiaries, except for I think the top one. I don't know that I'm going to want the room to be tall enough to see the highest ring. We'll see. Once I start to kind of enclose everything, we'll get a better idea and feel for it. So for right now, we're definitely moving along pretty well. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to put in this last ring off camera, put in all the ME stuff off camera, get everything set up, and then I'm going to start to fill in the bees as I get the bees available. So once I got my first one down there working, as soon as he starts to mass produce some more drones, and I still have some more that are actually in my upstairs getting turned into what I want. So once we get, you know, full sets of bees going, we'll wait till we collect the, I'll probably go around and actually put in a Rocky Princess in every one of these. And then as we get more of the drones, I'll just start adding drones in, and over time they're going to get converted into the bee that we want, so that eventually every one of these will be our Imperial outputting whatever it is we want. And then I'll come back when at that point, then I'll come back and we'll start worrying about the decorations for the room. So anyway, I will see you guys in a little bit. Alright, so all the bees are in now. Oops. And I've had to do a little bit of changing, just discovered some things, and I was kind of playing around with our enchanting setup. I can go ahead and pull these down now. I'm thinking we're probably going to end up having to put them above us, just as far as to be able to position the bookshelves the way we need them. And the enchanting tables we'll be using will be the Burpmod version, which go back up to level 50 and have, you know, it takes more experience, but it also gives you more. So you can see I'm using facades now. I've even put the facade recipes in, so we can craft them. I'm thinking I'm probably going to be using some kind of a bookshelf, maybe for inside here, seeing as, you know, traditionally, you know, you figure your enchanting room's got to have bookshelves and stuff. So, the changes I made. I had to do this. They were just spitting bees everywhere once it got filled up inside. Even though they were interconnected, they still weren't feeding in through each other. So if it couldn't go into the inventory it wanted, it just spit out. So I was getting bees everywhere. So I pretty much had to put an iron on each one of these, kind of directing it and making sure that they weren't interconnecting, because even if it was like next to each other, it would still just cause problems. So obviously for this one, it has to go all the way around, but for the other ones, you know, we just had to kind of change things a little bit to route them. Now I don't see bees anywhere anymore. Did a little facading up here just to make it easier for accessing. Got the flowers and whatnot here and there. And then on the bottom we did the same thing as well. Just drop down here. Yep. So anyway, so right now they're all full. All got like 64 drones. I mean, this place here is a smorgasbord of bee experience right now. You can see I'm up at 290 right now, and I'm actually moving fairly quickly at 290. So it takes about 6 seconds to get to level 30 and about 26 seconds to get to level 50, just standing here in the middle. So we'll be able, in the time it takes to click wherever we're going to get our experience, put the book wherever it goes, grab the next book and get ready, we'll almost be to 50 again. So this should be a pretty good setup. So what I think I'm going to do to start off here is we'll just go ahead and fill in the floor right now with basic sandstone. And obviously that won't be our final product, because I haven't figured out quite yet exactly how I want to decorate the floor. But getting the floor done so we can at least start on the walls. And then once I get my walls done, then I can kind of look at the way it looks and get a feel for how we want to, you know, decorate up the rest of this room here. So like I said, my plan is to do the first row above our apiaries with bookshelves. using the facades. Cool thing is, you know, we can still cover the pipes up with decorative stuff. Unfortunately, we can't use the Zycraft. There's no Zycraft recipes for facades, so it's going to have to be normal, traditional blocks. So that's kind of, like I said, why I want to get the feel for it first, and then we can start playing with the floor. Alright, so I've only got 6. I need to get more. Let's go ahead and grab at least let's grab a stack of them. I don't know how many we'll actually use, but we'll grab a few to kind of get the feel for it. Wait for that to... Come on. Oh, it's making... It's got to make bookshelves, and then it can send it over to the assembly room to actually turn it into a facade. Alright. We'll use the ones we got for right now. And I probably should... Let's see, we'll get like a half a room here, and then I'll have to do the second row. What the heck? Why are we having issues here? Let's tell it to make a bunch. Why are you trying to make chiseled sandstone as well? Did I have some... Oh, I think I told it to make some and I had some left over. That's the problem with putting the same recipe in the same spot. So it looks like... Did I maybe run out of structured cobblestone piping or something? That's possible. Alright, let me go fix this real fast, and then I'll come back when we're ready to actually place our blocks. Alright, got that fixed. Simple mistake. The first of the facade recipes I made, I did put in that it was 3 structure pipe, but then for the other ones, I apparently did not put in 3. I put in only 1, so it wasn't sending enough material. So when I tried to do the next one, then it finally had enough to make, and they were still turned on, and yeah. Ugh. I wish that didn't happen. Whoa. Now it stopped. Okay. Alright. So that's cool. So we got our... And then maybe it's when I'm moving. Whatever. So we got our hives on the bottom, books across the top. I like how this looks. This works. We'll just have to get a little more creative with the floor, just because there's not as much we can do with the walls. And the next thing I need to figure out is how tall the ceiling's going to be. Because I could make this a huge room. The only issue then is reaching the enchanting table. I mean, I could make it, say, where you go with stairs leading up to this, or even half slabs. I think half slabs would work better, especially if we say, let's try both of these, see which one we like better. That way it's not as steep of a step up. Yeah, we do that, and then we can put the smooth stone ones in between them. That's kind of cool. All right. So we could do that, and you know, making the center point a block up means that we can actually go 1 block higher on the enchanting table and still be able to reach it. And that would be the reason for doing that. Let's see. You know what? Honestly, I think I like having this design as opposed to what we could have done, and that is because it is more of a traditional experience looking room. I mean, yes, we have the hives going around, but we do have the books too. I do like that. So what I'm going to do, and did I run out of... I did? Okay. I need to make me some more facades. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and make another stack of 64. And I'm going to go ahead and place those around here. And I'm thinking maybe make that the ceiling. So I don't know. We'll see about whether or not we see... Because if I put the enchanting tables here, let's see. We'll kind of come up here. That's the, and I was kind of playing with that before. So that one's at, oops, sorry. This one would be at their level. And let's see, that one would be obviously one lower. So now if we took and placed these on both of these, the question is can we, which one can we access? Can we access them both? Alright, so this one I'm pretty sure I'll be able to. Yep, that's fine. That one is too, okay. So it has to at least be at this height. And technically we can make the, we can still go with that as the height for the ceiling, but it can be an open ceiling kind of going around. So we could maybe make it go 2 blocks out from the hives and then leave the rest of it open. But we are still gonna have to place our books yet too. So I think what maybe we'll do is we'll place the books and leave like a 1 gap around here with the books going around. And then we'll take the ceiling up to the books and that top ceiling will be open. And then maybe we can put some kind of Zycraft things at the ceiling to kind of give it a look. So let me do that real fast. Let me finish this, start the ceiling, and then I'll come back and show you kind of how it looks. And then maybe we can, then the next thing is this part. We got to do the floor and then set up our storage. So I will be right back. Alright, so here's our room so far. I've kind of added in a little color to it, matching a lot of our the color from of our other areas. Whoa, where did you fall from and why? It's probably that every now and then random bee that just, even up in there it happens. But I think we're okay. So inside looks okay, at least this part first. Like I said, we still have now to figure out how we're gonna do our storage and transport out. So let me think about this for a little bit and see how I want to do this. I want to put some Buildcraft stuff in here as well. So yeah, give me a moment and I will be right back. Alright, so I've added in some of the new bookcases from Buildcraft. What this is going to let us do is keep some of the good items here for easier access. Get rid of that. So say for these ones, like say we like Flame is a good one to keep. So I can come over here, and depending on where in here I click it, that's where it's going to actually stick the book. So we can put our protections in one, powers in one. So we'll be able to fill up here and, you know, kind of keep them here. And what we'll probably do is just get some signs to label what each one of these are. And it's going to be our good ones. Now I've opened this up here, and what I'm going to do is I think we're going to put in 2 chests. So we'll grab 2 of our diamond chests. And actually, no. Yeah, I do. I do need to have them because otherwise they would be connected by the... if I put in wooden chests, they'd be connected. So let's see if I... Oh, no, hat. Forgot I've got wool here. So... unless I decided to make the inside of this out of wool. Let's try that. What I'm getting at here is I'm going to have 2 chests. And one of those chests is going to send all of our... it's going to send all of the books we don't want over to these other rooms for storage for later use. The other thing is, in addition, we're going to have the other one that's going to pretty much always be stocked with books. So if we end up using books from in there, it'll just go ahead and restock them for us, which would be cool. I like the idea of that. And I'm thinking what I'm probably going to do is, I guess we can do barrels. Barrels probably work the best. So each one of these rooms is going to be with barrels. So probably we'll end up actually... the room will be more like this. That way we have a access to the back of all the barrels. Stick this in here for the moment. So yeah, we'll have access to all of our barrels from behind, and we'll make some kind of access into our storage space as well. But it'll just be a small room. We come up and we'll be able to see. It'll just be barrels going around, maybe 2 rows or something like that, and a ceiling. And then we'll do that in both of these. And let's see, where's my access down here? And then we'll just kind of, I'm going to have to make an access down there. Alright, well let me play with that real fast. I'm going to, there we go. I need to come around and plug these guys in. Such a crazy way to access everything right now. There we go. ME. All I need is cables. And let's see. That should do it. Okay, good. Now then I have to do is, which is which? You know what? This is the one I need to be coming off of. So actually I'm going to do this. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this one is going to have a level emitter. An ME level emitter on there to basically stop the production of, well, no, the production will be somewhere else. Let me think how I want to do this, because I want to make it so I only want to make books as long as they are needed over here. So, alright, give me 1 second, I'll be back. And a quick update. I just added a interface or an ME input into this. I tried the storage bus, but it I don't know. It's kind of quirky. It seems to want to put things in other chests as opposed to this one again. So it was easier not to put an interface on input on one, output on the other. That way I can still use the books in here for doing other stuff like making bookcases and stuff like that. So that basically puts this in the system now. So we're good to go for this part. Now all we need to do, like I said before, is to build these 2 rooms here and the walls. So anyway, I just wanted to show that real fast before I forgot about it and didn't mention it. But yeah, now I can actually grab all the books I need, but at the same time I can actually use the books in here to build stuff like bookshelves and stuff. So anyway, I will be back shortly. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a walk inside, see how she looks. Got a nice little passageway, opens up to a 3 high when it gets to this point. Used our hieroglyphic and smooth stone once again to kind of add a little to it. Brings us into the main area, which I really think looks good. It's actually, the more I see it, the more it's even more. I really like how this looks. I do need to put in a couple anvils, so maybe I'll stick them in these corners here, and then maybe have a few extras in here as well. So, you know, just a nice way to, you know, so everything's here. I don't have to move around. I can do it all from this area. And if we come over here, right now it's empty. I did go ahead and program some of these in, so let's make sure this works right. But so we get done. There's the ones that we'll pick up. So we go ahead and throw these in here, and they're going to get picked up and sucked into our system. So now if I come over here, they should be on this bottom row. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put signs up here. So the top line will be for what's above it, and then the bottom for the below it. So it'll basically tell us what books are getting sent over into here. And we'll probably end up breaking it down to like Vorpal. So, you know, 1, 2, and something along those lines. A nice way to organize it, keep track, make it easy to find everything. So that way when you're over here, you know, you just come over here, you click these books in, you stand over here. You know, we'll go ahead and do a couple real fast for the fun of it. So we just shift click, take it out, shift click, take it out. So we got sharpness, efficiency 5. Doing good so far. Soul Stealer. That was efficiency 5. That's one of the good things about the level 50 enchanter for Burpmod. Let's see. Unbreaking 3. So I mean, I've already got a pretty decent pickaxe. All I'm really missing is either the Fortune. Oh, Infinity. That's good for a good bow. I mean, I can already put a good bow together. But we're just missing, say, Silk Touch or Frugal. That must be a one of the new things. And then if we don't like it, we just toss it into here, free up our inventory. We'll go right back to work. So right now you can see this is going to take me down to like 20. So we're filling up rather quickly. This next one, when I get to 50, we'll be able to see exactly how quickly from 0 we fill up, but it's actually pretty quick. You can see, I mean, even in the 30s, it's still zipping across and skipping numbers and going pretty well. So let's get up to 50 one time just so we can see how quickly we get from 0 to 30. Because normally that's your normal max. And there we go. And 13, 14, 22, 23, 27, and we're at 30. So yeah, rather quick. And again, like I said, nice and convenient. In and out of our inventory, throw in a couple anvils, and we're good. Only thing I'll left to show really is just kind of the background area. So I mean, we've already seen this a million times while we were doing it. But all we're doing is throwing interfaces up on the backs of our barrels. It's all connected with the system. Just come over here, tell it what book you want routed in there, and we're good to go. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.